Did I do myself a disservice by running a sale to boost, or is this just the ebbs and flows of it? There's more to unpack here, so let's get started. Hey everyone, my name is Art, and this is the Art Foundit page. Here we go over our eBay store as myself and my wife aspire to be able to get financial freedom through reselling. So far, we have had a very good experience with our store. It's been able to help us be able to tie loose ends and help us on occasion, like taking a trip. But ideally, what we'd like to do is become debt-free and be able to make reselling a tool that we can not only share with others to help them find the same success, but also find our niche. And through that journey, we're documenting it so that you, the viewer, can follow along and be able to learn from not only our mistakes, but also take shortcuts in order to help expedite you finding your success in the category or area that you deem can be a potential success for you via eBay. So, as I mentioned at the beginning, we went on vacation. We had been on a great momentum push. And, well, you don't look forward to going on a vacation, but nonetheless, we did that. Leading up to it, for that week before, we ran a sale. It was just a simple 30% off sale, and we were able to get a few deals. However, I did come across a snag, and at that moment, it was wondering if I'm doing a 30% off sale and I have offers available. Well, two good things come from that. One, you're going to get a lot of people watching your products, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to be wanting to buy. And two, well, they're making you offers already 30% less than what you have it available for. And so, some YouTubers who I won't name have mentioned maybe before you're running a big sale, maybe you increase your prices slightly higher. But even at that, right, we wanted to open up some cash flow, get some extra sales to be able to build momentum. And interestingly enough, we only had a handful of sales. But again, even though the sale had finished, we put the store away. And over that course of the week, without a sale going on, we made 17 sales, and it amounted to, again, a little under $500 in revenue. So let me go ahead and pull up that data so that I can give a little bit more of a comprehensive view of what all of that entailed. So, as I mentioned here, we did roughly $498 in sales, but we netted $322, which is fantastic. That's a great margin. 17 items sold, and when we look at the variety of that, it was almost 12% in shoes and clothing, $60, $53 in sports cards, $52 in women's clothing. So the first one was men's clothing and shoes. This one was women's clothing and shoes. $42 of camera accessories. That's a neat one. If you guys are following my page, you definitely want to take a look at that video. That was a quick flip. And then the last one is clothing, shoes, and accessories. This is under the medical area for scrubs, which, hot take right here. If you are going somewhere, you definitely want to be looking at popular brands of medical scrubs, because those seem to sell fairly fast for me. All in all, if you want to look here at the metrics, you can see here that we had a nice big boost on the 16th of August, where the bulk of those sales kind of went through. But other than that, this is a very healthy week when you look at it, right? It was nice to be away and be able to see these type of sales. And so that's great. Again, no complaints here. But we're back and we're feeling good, thinking, okay, we're going to go ahead and carry on that momentum, and it's going to be a wonderful rest of August, except things come to kind of a screeching halt here, right? We make about $368 in total revenue, which equates to about $222 in net, which it didn't feel like a $200 week, if I'm being honest. So I'm kind of shocked here as I look at my data. 11 sales, which is kind of good because that means the average sell item was about $33. When we look at our mix, once again, we had sports cards that came through for us at $76. Men's clothing at $60, camera accessories at $42, another men's clothing and t-shirts. Oh, so let's see. Hold on. Sorry about that. The first one was sports apparel at $76. Then we had men's shoes, clothing, and accessories at 60. Cameras, accessories at 40. Men's clothing at 37, and then women's at 27. And here's what I'm talking about. Look at this graph. It's gonna make you feel nothing because you're just watching, but to me, it makes me get hot. Um, Look at how strong the 16th and the 18th were in terms of sales, right? That is what we like to see. And then, just crickets on the rest of the week. It's kind of frustrating and disappointing. And it took a lot for me to not want to create another sale, do something to help run my momentum. And I just had to sit back and think, like, what changed that week. And as much as I don't want to admit this, I think that the biggest outlier from this week was that on those 3 days that we got sales at the beginning, those are the only days that I posted new products. After that, I had a very busy week catching up at my main job, along with trying to get back into a habit of working out and just trying to have a routine going. And so I sacrificed posting items on those days. And I don't want to say it was a coincidence, but I mean, what are the odds that those are the days you didn't post new items and those are the days that you didn't make any sales? So, lesson learned. Up until that, we were on a streak. I would say that for the last 2.5 months, we were posting 5 to 3 new items every single day. Now, I do have a draft bank and it's depleted. I need to get back on when it comes to putting all of that stuff together. But again, at the end of the day, it is difficult to be able to look at that infographic and just not think to yourself that that had something to do with it. So I think there's more that needs to be looked at in that perspective. But anyway, here is the action plan for this coming week. And today is Sunday, the 24th. We are going to prep all of our items that we want to post this week today. This is something that when I talk out loud, you as the viewer is probably like, oh, well, that's common sense, Art. Well, sometimes it doesn't feel like that. Getting your clothes ready, laying it out, snapping photos, bundling it up, putting it in a draft bank, it's not hard, but I think what I need to do is just knock it out for, I'm going to try the next 3 days at least, right? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then see if we have enough. Let's drag it out to 5, at least through Friday, and let's see if anything else changes. What we're not going to do this week, though, is finish off by doing an end of month sale. I really need to have some raw data here that I can look at without trying to finesse things. Offers are all available still on all new products. Promoted listings is at 3%. And so we'll be able to identify at this point what is the best method of approach. But thank you so much for watching. I hope that this is something that is insightful for you, or if you yourself are a enthusiast when it comes to being able to help eBay sellers with their stores. I'm curious to hear what your feedback would be. Please leave that in the comments. Please subscribe, and y'all take care.